Hi, this is Joe. I'm back for part two. A lot happened today, so I wanted to go over some of the communication and digital technology information that happened today. Price of the volatile Bitcoin currency hits a 11-month low. Wow, it sounds like all the currency of the immediate future, and I mean as in the next couple of years, is getting hammered, which is oil, Bitcoin, gold, and silver are getting killed, and other metal commodities they've been getting killed, and it's just ironic that those are the things that are going to keep currencies afloat in the near future. Verizon announced that they're shutting the Redbox instant streaming service. Sprint's cutting job this month to trim costs. Supreme Court asked Department of Justice to weigh in on consumer battle with Spokio. These are just headlines. Hong Kong protests add but rock on under the gaze of Umbrella Man and the police. Xbox One will be the first gaming console to get Plex streaming media apps. Amazon officially owns Twitch. Wow, this sounds like a fewopoly starting to happen on the internet as well. ESPN steps towards an a la carte NBA games. And whenever I hear a la carte, the proponents of anything a la carte, they always contend is, I don't want those other things. I only want to pay for what I watch or what I use. Well, in my vernacular, when I hear a la carte, that means we want to charge more money. Because that's what will happen, is even if they will find the figure that makes it more, or the algorithm that makes it, how many games does a viewer watch over the millions of your audience, and they will figure out a way that is slightly more than what exists today. So when I hear a la carte, I always hear more. Facebook purchase of what apps, a done deal at $22 billion. These crazy valuations of internet and tech companies is just based on projected futures. Is just absurd. And this technology, this app gets $22 billion. Can you imagine the thousands of companies if you split that $22 billion up? I'll bet that if you gave me $22 billion and I invested in 1,000 or 2,000 companies instead of one app, I would outperform that one app. But that's kind of where communication and digital technologies have gone on the business front. New scuba depth dive record at 1,090 feet. I don't know how that slipped in on my information, but wow. Can you imagine that? At almost 1,100 feet in scuba gear, a depth in the... He spent 14 hours decompressing, coming back up. Oh my gosh. Windows 10 preview. 6 features you want. Let's see what those 6 features are really quick if we can go to these. And I'm practicing at getting better at relaying the information here. I hope you stick with me. It's going to get better, I guarantee you.
Windows 8 missed the mark. Its tile interface took people away from the familiarity of the desktop experience that they've been using for nearly 20 years.
The desktop returns.
And so, as a course correction,
continue them all. Is that 8 seconds? My attention span's up. I'm sorry.
Harkens back to
Here, let's keep moving here quickly. INEO 3D tries hand at 3D printing hardware. Wow, is 3D printing one of the next great trends? And I don't mean as something that hasn't already taken on, but it's going to grow so exponentially. I have a friend, we called him Einstein, that 10 years ago was telling me that about how people would create their own doorknobs and fixtures and things in their house, for their house, in their house, with one of these 3D printers. And I think he's right. I think he was right. First Ebola transmission outside Africa. I'm sorry, these real life things come in here. Google Slides gets opacity, brightness and contrast image editing. Google, geez, with that kind of money, you can do some pretty neat things. I will say, I felt like I was competing with them in the early years, but I obviously lost, so I joined them and I signed on. I know that all my data is being shared, but I knew my data was being shared even before I committed to Google and all their products. They do have an amazing suite of products. What is this? At 650% interest, that online payday loan is a steal. Threats are more common online than storefront lending. 30% of internet borrowers receive at least one threat. Well, no kidding. I mean, online payday loan operators threaten their customers, promote loans designed for long-term indebtedness, and charge exorbitant interest rates, according to a study by the Pew Charitable Trust. Lump sum loans online typically cost $25 per 100 borrowed per pay period and approximately 650% annual percentage rate, Pew said. Wow. Well, they've learned from the other successful people, the brick and mortars and, the big banks. So why not? New scan. Square closes $150 million financing round. Aren't they making money? Why do they need to get financing? They've been around forever. FCC fines Marriott for blocking Wi-Fi. Can you believe this? What they did is at their hotels, they were providing Wi-Fi service, a premium Wi-Fi service. So they were found to have blocked people that were staying there that had their own hotspots, like mine. I have my own hotspot through my cellular carrier, my Fuopoly or Duopoly cellular carrier. Can you believe this? I mean, a $600,000 fine to Marriott. Wait a minute. Someone should go to jail. Media startup Aussie nabs $20 million investment round. What do they do? I don't know. But that Aussie, the slick new cultural website based in Mountain View. Really? That's the only companies that get funded is Mountain View, maybe Cambridge once in a while, received $20 million investment from Axel Springer. Largest investor, Aussie is for us convincing example of highly attractive digital journalism. It's only as good as the people that you publish, so maybe they have some really high profile people. Here, I'm at 9 minutes here. Amazon employees wait up to 30 minutes at the end of the day without pay. You know what? It's not just Amazon. You could go to most companies out there, and they want you there early, and when you check out, it's usually on your own time. So, I mean, this is happening all over the place. Jobs have been very tough for people, so the threat of losing their job is amazing. I'm going past 10 minutes. Let me see. let me see. Wow, hot DRAM. Samsung splurges 15 bill on Korean chip fabricator. Samsung Electronics has decided to spend a massive 15 billion building a memory fabrication in South Korea. Whew. Wow, that would buy you a few new Windows, wouldn't it? Here's some more. White Hat claims Yahoo and WinZip hacked by Shell Shock. I mean, it's already a foregone conclusion that that did happen. We're gonna stop for here, and tomorrow we'll get into some more of the current events. I have studies and status reports, but I think this is more fun. And let me know what you'd like to hear about it, if you like to hearing the news. I could do just the headlines and not give any commentary, but you could do that yourself. I think some of the commentary is going to be pretty funny coming up here as we get along with this.